Welcome to the Chris Hanna Show. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Chris Hanna Show. Today we're talking about staying in your lane. Now, whether you're on social media, whether it be Instagram or other sites, you hear a lot of people talking about the importance of staying in your lane. What does that mean, really? For some, that might mean that they're going to focus on one area and that's it. For others, that might be a situation where they stick to what they know best. But for me, when I hear those words, staying in your lane, I think about doing the things that I know in my heart I am best at, that bring me the most satisfaction, the most happiness overall. I'm going to lay a truth bomb on you here, and that the only thing that's really true in this world is that we only have so much time on this planet. So I think that we should focus on doing the things that we actually, truly enjoy. So when I talk about staying in your lane, that's what I mean. Finding what you really love to do, what you're passionate about, where you're really strong in a certain area, and maybe what I call your strength zone, and going all in on that. Now, I think there's a connection between staying in your lane and confidence. I've been called a confident person. I'm confident in what I know. I'm also confident in saying what I don't know. It's important to me that I stay in my lane, and I don't pretend to know everything about every single thing that's out there. I know where I'm strong. I know where I'm weak. But for me, it's crucial to operate in my zone of strength because I know that's where I can be most successful. So I aim to stay in my lane. And I would argue that you should do the same. If you're outstanding working with spreadsheets and data, then be the spreadsheet or data guy or gal. If you're comfortable leading a team and that's something you very much are interested in doing, work on becoming a better leader, better manager, supervisor, director, whatever. But don't waste your time, of which you have limited amount of, doing something that you don't like to do. I think about when you were in school. I can go back to myself when I was in high school. There were certain classes that I absolutely loved. For me, it was English and it was history. I go all in on those. I loved them. I thought they were great. I had the best marks in those classes. But the courses that I didn't enjoy, like math and science, I didn't do as well. I didn't do as well because I wasn't passionate about them. So when the opportunity came to actually select my courses in the later years of high school, where did I go? English and history. I went all in on those ones because those are the ones that I know I'm going to do well in and that I'm actually going to love. I think it's important to also stop pretending, though, when it comes to thinking about staying in your lane. I've talked before in different episodes and blog posts about pretending to be someone else in a role that you hate. I've been there, and it's not fun. It's absolutely sucks. It's exhausting to be working in a position that you are either not good at or you're not happy doing. If you know yourself and you've got an incredible level of self-awareness, you can actually lead a really happy and successful life. But far too many people are miserable living somebody else's life, working and trading their time for money in a career or a job, working for people that they hate spending time with. It's essential to make sure that you stop being the person that you don't want to be, and ultimately you stop being miserable. So I say, why don't you choose to be happy? And that means staying in your lane. So you gotta be yourself. Whatever your lane is, stay in it. Now, some people might be listening to this and they might be thinking, Chris, I think you're talking about not trying new things or not experimenting. I'm not saying that. Look, I'm a big believer as anyone in that you should try different things and see what works for you. Maybe there's something you haven't done yet that is your lane. So you do need to experiment, you do need to try new things, but when you find it, really dive deep. Doing so is the only way to know whether you're going to like something or not. So you have to try different things. When you find that thing that you enjoy, that makes you feel incredibly comfortable, spend as much time as possible doing that. But you want to be yourself in whatever version of yourself you want to be. But we only have so much time on this planet, so I think that there is no point slogging your way through life being miserable and hating everything that you do. Many people in our society, I think, have it backward. Far too many people will work until they're 65-ish just to experience 10, 15, 20 years of actual enjoyment. Many people work most of their lives doing things that they don't want to do just so they can spend the tail end of life doing something that they want. I think we need to flip the switch and make it the opposite. You need to find the things that you enjoy most and spend your time doing those while you can, wherever you can, and ultimately as much as you can. That's how you're really going to be happy. That's how you're going to be prosperous. And according to my definition of success, which is happiness, you're going to be happier. I think more people need to look at it the same way. So whenever you can stay in your lane, focus on what you know, doing what makes you happy, that's when you can be the most successful overall.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Chris Hanna Show. As always, the latest episodes are available to listen and subscribe to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can also follow The Chris Hanna Show on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Twitter. For more resources and solutions, including blog posts, toolkits, ebooks, speaking sessions, and more, visit chrishanna.ca today. We look forward to connecting again with you soon for another episode of The Chris Hanna Show.